Dirkkat Manifesto, by Twitter user Shellkind, November 4, 2019. Okay, jokes aside, here's my Dirkkat Manifesto, aka why Dirk is like that in the narration, and why one-sided Dirkkat is real. Okay, so, Dirkkat represents a lot of things that are antithetical to what Dirk is all about. A lot of Dirkkat's whole deal is like, almost purposefully designed to make Dirk uncomfortable. He's emotional, he has traditionally feminine interests and behaviors, he sucks in combat, he cries a lot. He's actively interested in talking about feelings, he hates himself and he doesn't even hide it. Even his aspect, blood, it's all about other people. Heart is all about the self, and night carries protective connotations, which directly contrast the destructive nature of Prince. The idea of existing as Dirkkat Vantas is probably Dirk's worst nightmare. He's everything Dirk does not want to be. But Dirkkat is also an infinitely better person than Dirk, and he's able to inspire and influence the people around him without even consciously trying to. As if this wasn't bad enough, Dirkkat also has a number of parallel qualities with Dirk. Dirk even acknowledges this, he downplays it, but even he can't deny that he and Dirkkat Vantas have some rather unique things in common. It's stated within the book commentary, the only person who struggles directly with multiple versions of themselves as much as Dirkkat is Dirk. In fact, there's even a jokey lampshade of it in the comic, when two of the same guy talk one types in red gag came up. The self-loathing is similar in that it's externalized in a way few other characters exhibit. The self is also the other, the same but separate. Dirkkat is probably the only person who could get how Dirk thinks about himself. And you know who would never, ever sign up for the mortifying ordeal of being known? Dirk Strider. Anyway, this all means that Dirk needs to put down and mock Dirkkat within the narrative because he needs to make it clear that he's nothing like Dirkkat, he's better than Dirkkat, and Dirkkat would never win against him, and that's all there is to say on the matter. But then we get into Dave. Dirk, even as a villain, idolizes Dave, places him on the pedestal of the hero, and Dave, the embodiment of all that is good in Dirk's world, loves Dirkkat so much. Why Dirkkat Vantas? And then we have to think about Jake, too. What Dirk thought he wanted from that relationship, Jake fitting an ideal of masculinity, Jake's sincerity in expressing his emotions, versus what he got, Jake's inability to communicate and people-pleasing behavior, before it failed. Contrast that with Dave and Dirkkat, even before they start dating, they both understand each other on a level Jake and Dirk never did with each other. Dirkkat doesn't do things for Dave because he's afraid to disappoint him, he does them because he wants to, and he loves him. That's what Dirk, prior to his supervillain awakening, wanted. It was the basis for a lot of his anger at Hal over Hal trying to trap Jake into a relationship with him prior to his ascension. Dirk wanted Jake to want him. Dirkkat's dynamic with Dave is the one he wanted for himself. Combine this with all the shit I outlined above, Dirkkat's very existence is just like an itch he can't scratch, he can't ignore it, he can't stop talking about him. Dirkkat is simultaneously Dirk's worst nightmare and his dream man. I don't know what to tell you, it's no wonder he's so fucking bothered, why he simultaneously describes him in painfully vivid gay detail, while framing it in such a mocking way. Dirk objectifies Dirkkat so hard because it's way easier to think of him as just a sex object. I tweeted about this before, but Dave usually recoils from Dirk's input when it's too sexual, and treats Dirkkat like he's only worthy as a sexual conquest. Dirkkat's like loyalty, ability to connect with others. Dirkkat brings out the best in people without trying, and that also probably fucking drives Dirk up the wall because Dirk is all about improving other people whether they want him to or not. But Dirkkat does a genuinely better job of it, and he does it without even being consciously aware of it. Anyway, that's my thesis on why Dirk has a huge spades crush on Dirkkat Vantas. The end.